Before Melbourne became Victoria's undisputed capital, there was a moment when another city seemed destined to dominate the colony. A city built on a magnificent natural harbour. A city where fortunes were made from wool, where ships crowded the waterfront, and where some of Australia's largest companies would eventually employ tens of thousands of people. Geelong sits on the shores of Corio Bay, around 75 kilometres southwest of Melbourne. Long before European settlement, the area was home to the Wadawurrung people, who lived across the volcanic plains and coastline for thousands of years. When European explorers arrived in the early 19th century, they immediately recognised the value of the bay. Protected waters, fertile grazing land and access to Port Phillip made the location ideal for settlement. In 1838, Scottish pastoralist John Batman and entrepreneur John Pascoe Fawkner were helping establish Melbourne, but another key figure, Captain Foster Fyans, would become the driving force behind Geelong's early development. When Foster Fyans arrived in 1837 as police magistrate, Geelong was little more than a rough frontier outpost. The settlement consisted of tents, muddy tracks and scattered huts facing the waters of Corio Bay. Yet Fyans saw opportunity. Within a few years, vast sheep stations spread across Western Victoria. Fine merino wool flowed into Geelong from surrounding districts. By the 1850s, Geelong had become one of the busiest ports in Australia. Then came an unexpected twist. In 1851, gold was discovered in Victoria. Thousands of hopeful miners poured through Geelong on their way to the goldfields around Ballarat and Bendigo. Hotels overflowed. Supply stores expanded overnight. Streets buzzed with excitement and uncertainty. Many expected the gold rush to drain Geelong's workforce and destroy its economy. Instead, it became even richer. The city transformed into a critical supply hub, feeding miners and exporting wealth across the colony. But Geelong's greatest chapter was still ahead. During the late 19th and early 20th centuries, powerful industries emerged along the waterfront. The wool industry exploded. Companies such as the wool brokers that eventually formed the giant Dalgety network helped cement Geelong's reputation as the wool capital of Australia. Massive bluestone wool stores lined the waterfront, some stretching entire city blocks. Then came manufacturing. In 1915, the Australian-owned company Corio Distillery began producing whiskey. A few years later, another business arrived that would redefine the city forever. In 1925, the Ford Motor Company selected Geelong as the site of Australia's first purpose-built vehicle manufacturing plant. Workers poured into the city. The sounds of stamping presses and assembly lines echoed across Corio Bay. For generations, Ford became synonymous with Geelong. Entire families worked there. Fathers, sons, and daughters built cars that would become icons of Australian life. Another industrial giant soon followed. In 1954, Shell opened its Geelong oil refinery. Towering steel structures rose above the shoreline. Flames flickered from refinery stacks through the night. Together, Ford and Shell transformed Geelong into one of the nation's most important manufacturing centres. Yet the city faced new challenges in the 21st century. Global competition saw manufacturing decline. Ford ceased Australian production in 2016. Thousands feared Geelong's best days were over. But once again, the city adapted. Technology, education, health services, and advanced manufacturing began writing a new chapter. Today, Geelong remains a city shaped by reinvention. The old wool stores still stand along the waterfront. Former industrial precincts have become vibrant public spaces. Deakin University, innovative manufacturers, and growing technology firms now help drive the local economy. Today, Geelong is Victoria's second largest city, but its rise was anything but guaranteed. This is the story of how a rugged coastal settlement became one of Australia's great industrial powerhouses. If you enjoyed this story and would like to see more forgotten, unusual and fascinating chapters of Australian history, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. New videos are released regularly, exploring the places, people, and events that help shape Australia, often hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.